We live.
Back again.
Man.
Hey, you know what? Real quick. This month of September is over, right?
I just was talking to somebody earlier today. I was just like, you know what? I don't know if it's just me, but September is like a blur. Like I felt like it was like we had a long summer, and then all of a sudden, I mean, next weekend it might be October. Like next Saturday is gonna be, or the weekend. That's basically October. This month, I don't even know what happened this month. To be quite honest with you, like this month is a complete blur. Like a complete blur.
Flew by.
Man,
but you know what? I'm happy though, because that means it's only, since it's November, my birthday November 24th, it's September 23rd. So you know what that means? 2 months, and we're gonna be celebrating. We're gonna be celebrating the King birthday.
Lord.
You know what I mean?
What you got planned, bro? What you got planned?
I'm gonna do something at the crib in my basement.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna invite people I know that's vaccinated. I just want to say it because I know it's gonna make people mad. I'm just being petty.
Somebody gonna be in the comments saying, "What that do, bro?"
I'm just being petty, but I'm gonna invite people over to come in the basement. We just gonna hang out.
Have a little kickback.
Have a kickback. I got the bar, so I'm just gonna have everything you want to drink at the bar: cups, ice, music playing. I'm at home.
Yeah. That should be nice. That should be nice. Have a little kickback, especially like you said, because honestly, because of COVID and stuff, and we don't know what it's gonna look like come November. It's hard to kind of plan stuff, So
it is.
Yeah, but hopefully, I haven't really heard that it's been like too many. Well, you know what? To be honest, I ain't paying attention to that much. So if there has been like an increase in, the cases, I haven't seen it yet, but
they still talking about them hospital beds. That's what it is. The hospital beds.
Okay.
That's what they keep talking about.
Hopefully it stays like, at a lull, and that, once it gets real cold, it won't get too crazy, because folks won't go crazy if we had to go back in the house like we was last year.
Tell me about it. They gonna be mad. They gonna be real mad.
They gonna be big mad. So but even with September though, it's been a lot going on.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a lot going on the whole month, but this week has been some hot topics. So we definitely gonna get into today. I mean, some hot press stuff. Yes, some hot stuff. Some stuff that make me angry, but we'll get into all that stuff. So
I mean, the week has been cool. I'm just excited. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm excited for this Bears game because I want to see Justin Fields. I want to see him. I want to see him.
Yeah.
I
mean, it's like everything else. Like, you're not going to just have, like, for me to get stuff, I gotta do it, right? Like, it ain't gonna help him none. I feel like if he's the future, Andy Dalton, God bless him, but he ain't the future. So I don't get I feel like sometimes these coaches and then like the staff, they get stubborn and, just to be like, well, we got him, we're gonna keep him. Well, if that's not the best decision for the team, why do that? Why continue to do that? I mean, start
trying to say their job.
Future. He only gonna get better if you give him, experience.
They know all that. Let them sit behind and wait and watch. You can't learn that way, man. And play football. You got to be out there in football.
Yeah,
but I can't wait. He going back to Cleveland. He spent a lot of his college days, at Ohio State University.
My cat going crazy.
Yeah, I hear. Come on, Gigi.
Go find some business. We trying to record a podcast here.
She a friend of the pod. Hey, Gigi.
She is not a friend of the pod. She being bougie right now.
But hey, that's gonna be a tough game too, because it's hard to play in Cleveland.
Yeah,
it's a tough place to play. It's gonna be loud, but he's gonna have a lot of his people there.
Do we got like a loser streak there?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Okay. I don't know. I feel like it was somewhere there we hadn't won in a couple years.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Okay.
But they were saying they put this stat on Twitter today. I don't know if it's real or not, but it was like Justin Fields is 10-0 in the state of Ohio. He's never lost in Ohio, something like that. I'm like, okay, I'm like, okay, that's interesting, but you know, NFL is different,
Right.
obviously, but
Oh yeah, that's a
we'll see.
different platform. Yeah, we're gonna see. But I think he seems to be like a young guy that's like ready to take it to that, that next level. Like he kind of has that, feel like that confidence that, it's just he got to get out there to get busy. So I'm like you. I want to see him. Like I don't have unrealistic expectations about. He's young and he's new, so he got to go through the learning curve. I just would rather him just to start the process now.
He has to.
Yeah,
he has to. And the Bears, I don't have any expectations for this Bears season. Like I picked them to go 8-9 with or without Andy Dalton. So I mean, I don't think this is a playoff team. So for me, I don't care what mistakes Justin makes on Sunday or for the rest of the year. He's got to learn. He's got to learn NFL speed. He's got to learn NFL defenses. This is what you drafted him for. This is what you moved up to pick him for.
Right, which was a shock to everybody. So yeah,
exactly. So I'm excited. I can't wait. Sunday, I'm gonna be right in my basement with my Bears Justin Fields jersey on.
I think everybody will be doing the same thing.
Oh, you know it. You know they are. You know
it. Yeah. We ready. We ready for some excitement with the Bears. So
just time. You know, my other guys, they just clinched today.
I'm already knowing what you doing with that.
2021 AL Division Central champions. Chicago White Sox.
I ain't no hater. I'm gonna go ahead and congratulate the White Sox. I mean, they're not my team, but I am happy. They Chicago, so I am happy that at least one of our teams doing good. So I'm going to, I'm gonna give them their props. So
that's real big of you. That's real big.
Whatever
of you.
it is, I'm mature.
Yeah. I'm happy you showing them some love. Because at first I thought he was gonna throw some shade out there.
No,
but this is cool. That this playoff with baseball with the White Sox, it's gonna be interesting because they most likely they open up with the Houston Astros, and they are really, really good. So it's gonna be interesting. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'll be watching. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, I think it's gonna be. It ain't gonna be no cakewalk. I want to see how the White Sox perform. If they're gonna choke or not. I hope they don't, but we gonna see. Astros are good, so
they are good. They are very good.
Yeah,
but we'll see. But it's good for the city though because they got somebody in the postseason. It's good. It's good for the city. So
yeah. I'm happy about it. Like I said, I ain't no hater. I don't hate. Like I say, I don't hate the Sox. They just, I'm a Cubs fan just for my nostalgia reasons. But I do like to see when the Sox are doing, well. I'm happy for them too. So it's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. We know everybody win. Everybody win.
Yeah.
So, I know what was it? I think this happened over the weekend, but we're gonna talk about the old boy AJ Johnson, who passed away.
Yeah.
They didn't say how he passed, but for those of you, AJ Johnson was he's a comedian. He's a comedian. But he's known, he's famous for his role in Friday with Chris Tucker, Ice Cube. That's what he's known for. He was known the crackhead in the neighborhood that was stealing from everybody.
Yeah.
So that's what he's really known for. But he was in the Players Club. He was in a few. He was in
a few things.
Movies.
Yeah.
A few movies. He was a funny dude.
He actually was pretty funny. He actually, I think I've seen him stand up a couple times, and he was pretty funny. Yeah.
I think he was on Def Comedy Jam. I could be wrong, but
I think he was.
I've seen him on Def Comedy Jam. Yeah.
You know what I just seen him on, bro? Because I watch Court TV every day like an old lady. He was on Judge Mathis this past year, and they just re-showed the episode this past week. Was it last week? I think it was last week they just showed this. They just showed the episode again last week. So it was a coincidence that over the weekend they had announced that he passed. Yeah, he was on
there. I didn't know that.
Yeah, his manager had. This was during COVID, so it was this year.
Wow.
I'm gonna see if I can find a clip on
YouTube. Send that to me so I can watch that.
Yeah, he was on there with his manager. He was on there with his manager.
Okay.
his manager had took him. They really was friends, but his manager took him to court because he had owed him some money for like a rental car or something like that. So
he took him to see the judge.
Yeah, he took him to see the judge.
Judge didn't call him a crackhead, did he?
You know what he did? Bro, he did. Judge Mathis did. He said, you know what? That's why you gotta see the episode. Because he was like, don't tell me you know crackhead in real life or something like that. Yeah, he went. It was funny, but just that whole situation, it was sad, it's always sad when people die. I won't say broke when you've seen them for so long. I don't see he's broke. I don't know his financial situations, but all we know is that his wife was just, she kind of felt a way about the GoFundMe and it not doing what she thought it should be. And, it's unfortunate that they even had to do that. But I felt like you can't be mad at people because you don't have your affairs in order. Like you can't do that, So it's unfortunate, but it's just, I hope it's like a wake up call again that we see it all the time. Like we got to get off this GoFundMe. Like, yes, we should. Now your little girl, here she come.
She jumped in my lap.
Too funny. Well, at least she's not attacking you like she was attacking me.
Nah, she just want to be nosy.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it's just unfortunate, and it's we just see that so many times in our community. That we, instead of doing what we're supposed to do while we can, we wait until people die, and then it's like you putting up a GoFundMe, then you're getting upset because you're not getting the money that you expect. I think now it's surpassed what they were asking, but it's just the fact that he needed that. It was just sad, it's Hollywood, so that business is already fickle. So, but you got to have a backup plan, man, and that just goes to show you if there's somebody that we've seen he's not like A or B, or you can probably see that's famous, but he hood famous, right? Like we know him. Hood famous. So even with that being said, that goes to show you that, the money ain't what people think it is. And so you got to have a backup plan, because one thing for sure, two things for certain, we gonna die. Once you born, you're gonna die. So we have to do better with preparing, for that next step for our family. So we won't be having to do no, GoFundMe's and things like that.
And you can't guilt anybody to giving you money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I get what she's saying, the whole quote fake love, and if you really love him, that's fine, that's cool. But you can't guilt nobody to give him money. And then another thing, here's the thing that's always troubling to me, is that, all right, he was an entertainer. He was in movies, he was doing stand-up. So my whole thing is, like you were saying, throughout those years, he never set up anything, no will, no life insurance, nothing. They never had anything. So again, this just lets you know that our people, this is another subject that they don't like to talk about.
Yeah.
Our people don't like to get their affairs in order because, like you said, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
No matter how much you wake up and put on Facebook, YOLO, I'm gonna live every day like it's my last. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a great way to attack life.
Sure.
But you're gonna die.
Yeah.
And when you die, you don't want to leave your family with no financial burden of trying to bury you or cremate you, stuff like that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, and even the bare minimum, even if you don't want to get no big old policy where you're going to have hundreds of thousands of dollars left for the family to live off of, or, to figure out once you're gone, even if you just get enough to bury you, I feel like that's enough. Like, and I know people that they did that, like older people that in my family that they bought their plot, ahead of time, so they can be buried by their spouse or whatever. Like you can do things like that, so it don't have to be so complicated when you die. But if you do, if you got a plan for it. I mean, it's a taboo subject for a lot of people because they feel like, it's just, you bringing in energy, but it's just the reality, like
it is.
it's just the reality that you're gonna have to deal with, especially when you got kids. You know,
Of
you want to
course.
try to set them up as much as possible for when you, as best as possible when you're not there. So I mean, even myself, I don't have any kids, but you know, I don't want my family to, something happened to me, they got to put up something because Tise and have our stuff together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the bare minimum, if I don't pay nothing, I do pay that, you know what I'm saying, every month, because I don't want to leave my family with a burden of trying to figure out how they're gonna bury me, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. And I don't have kids, but I got godkids, and I want them to have a little something once I'm
gone. They can have
so,
something.
Yeah, so
and then on top of, look at what we just dealt with last year with the pandemic. Look at those unexpected deaths.
Yeah, man.
From a lot of people. And to be quite honest, there were a lot of people who didn't have life insurance that died from COVID. And these family members had to figure out a way to give their loved one a proper burial. And look at the city we live in. Young kids dying of gun violence. People dying of gun violence.
Yeah.
Those are unexpected things.
Yeah.
And people are still doing these GoFundMes, trying to raise money. Funerals cost a lot of money.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're expensive.
Very lot. My dad told us, like he told me when my mom passed, when they were both young. So they married and they in their 20s. You ain't thinking about like, I'm gonna have to deal with this in my 20s, but he did. Mm-hmm. And he said that was a lesson for him because that he wasn't prepared, like, because you're not thinking that your young wife is getting ready to die, right? And so that was a lesson for him too, that he's like, after that, he got every insurance that he could, because he didn't want to have to go through what he had to, that struggle of that situation that he does, that happened already. So it's unfortunate that sometimes it takes stuff like that. But when we keep seeing this as a recurring thing, that should just be, just a kind of like a bell go off to say, hey, let me just go get a small policy so that my family, once I'm dead, and gone, they straight. They can bury me. And if you don't want to be buried, you can say, hey, cremate me, whatever. Leave your own instructions of how you want to go. My granddad wrote his whole obituary, okay? So you can, because listen,
I don't blame him.
It's certain. He wrote it himself, bro. Let me tell you. And I was like, you know what? That's a good idea. I'm gonna write mine too. But he wrote it himself, So it's just, we got to get out of that. I don't want to talk about, we got to get out of that so we can just.
We got to stop that. We got to stop that. I do that with my kids now. Like we got to stop that taboo stuff. Mental health, life insurance. Like, talk. We got to talk about that. Because here's my thing with life insurance. If you pay your phone insurance faithfully, monthly, and you don't miss a payment on that, life insurance is just as important.
Yeah.
It's just as important.
Yeah.
Because look, at the end of the day, there are policies that people are offering where you can just get $50,000 in life insurance. Term life, you could pay $25, $30 a month, and you covered. So if something happened to you, that's $60,000. Your family can help bury you. Whatever's left over, that's yours. You can give it. You can give it to your family. You can set it up. All that. Like, we have to think. We have to think beyond just today. We got to think about like the future.
Yeah, I mean, bro, if you think about it, there are other cultures that we know that do that. I can think about situations where I know that people that I've worked with, that their parents passed away. Look, we in the same department making the same money, but and they in apartments, I'm in an apartment, but when their parents passed, their parents had enough money in their insurance where it allowed them to pay off debt. It allowed them to buy a home. You know what I'm saying? And this was enough for them to divide amongst, siblings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just, you don't want to think of it as a money grab, but you do want to just think about that, listen, you can set your family up a little bit better, get them a cushion, or even that, your kids, they have money for school, whatever. You could have a separate, fund for that, but it's just, it don't hurt to have extra money. You know what I'm saying?
It don't. And a lot of cultures, and we know this for sure, a lot of cultures, especially the white delegation, what they do is they set it up so their family don't have any debt when they leave Earth.
Yeah.
That's how they set it up. That's how they want it.
Yeah.
And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
I don't blame them.
Like if you got a wife, you got a husband, and y'all got kids, and something happened to you, you should want them to be like, well, I got this $500,000 policy. That should be able to take care of me and take care of y'all, wipe all y'all debt. So if y'all do want to move, y'all do want to do this, here you go. Yeah. That's how it should be. It's not, and we're not talking to poor people who can't afford to pay. Right. We're talking to, listen, let's just be straight up real. We're talking to people who got jobs, whether they work at the post office, or they drive a bus, or they working at the fast food restaurant. People with jobs, that's what we talking to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And I know some people think like sometimes too, it's a thing where I got it through my job, right? I got to do through my job too. Well, that's just extra money. Because the thing is with the job situation is if something happened where you're no longer working, then you don't have no policy no more, you know? Nope. So that's why you got to have that backup. Nope. So if I got a big policy with my job and I have a smaller one, you know, off just in case, then that's just, to me, that's just being smart. You know what I'm saying? Because again, like I said, I don't want my family to have to be in a situation where they have to be saying go fund me. If I ain't got nothing else, I mean the bare minimum, y'all put me in the dirt and give me a nice wig, you know, do my makeup good. Like y'all gonna have money to do that. You know what I'm saying? That's just the real. But you know, anything outside of that, you know, I don't know. God bless you, but
God bless you.
But y'all ain't gotta go fund me though.
I told Samara, I was like, look, y'all don't be wasting no $10,000 on no box to put in the ground. Right. Cremate me, and y'all gonna have a party, eat some chicken. What y'all do? That's what y'all do. Don't waste that money on me.
Chicken or not, bro. Whether you cremate or not, you know we black folks gonna have some chicken after that funeral.
Definitely gonna have some chicken.
Oh yeah.
And some Hennessy.
Oh yeah.
You know that.
The cousins got to get together with the Hennessy and the ring. You know how that go.
That's how they. That's how they go.
That's like a general black experience. Just the repast. That's for the cousins to chill out. You know, and you know, it's an event for black people.
Black folks started the repast. I want to know who was the first person to say, you know what, we're gonna have us a picnic after a funeral. Because that's what it is, really.
We're gonna find out.
I want to know who started that.
We're gonna Google that after we done.
the very first repast, because now what I've noticed, I went to a funeral, and what I'm noticing now, funerals is changing. You got, especially when you go to like a young person's funeral who died or whatever, and man, the person's friends coming into church. They smell like weed. They wearing whatever they wear. And they getting up into the casket or whatever. They taking pictures. They going live. And then at the repast, it's like a party. Like it's the repast that we went to back in the day, it was like, you know, you didn't really go. You didn't say too much. You wasn't trying to party. It was more like a sad occasion.
Oh no, they partying now.
They partying now.
Yeah, they partying now. Yeah. And I guess, I mean, for the family, that may be a good thing to kind of keep them in like a good spirit or whatever. So, you know, it's not, you know, I ain't hating on it, but it's it's definitely different than what we grew up on.
Totally different.
It's definitely different.
So with our next topic though, we're gonna try to get into this. What the hell has Karen Civil done?
Bro, apparently she a thief. Apparently she a thief. And we've been hearing like the whispers about it for a minute. Like I think the first person that I remember talking about it was Cameron. And I remember that whole situation. Now I remember he mentioned it. It was either on Breakfast Club or was Breakfast Club? I think Breakfast Club, yeah. And he mentioned, you know, her doing him dirty, and people were automatically saying like, you know, you hating on the Black woman and protect Black woman, like they automatically jump to that. And then here we go, fast forward a couple years, and this Black woman has basically defrauded multiple celebrities. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like sometimes people bite off more than they can chew, you know what I'm saying, in the sense that she had big celebrities. I think sometimes they probably prioritize to where, okay, well, I got Nicki and I got, let's just say I got Drake or whatever. So they put all their bad eggs in that basket.
Into that one.
Listen, you got this guy, he might be up and coming, but he just paid you. So you got to give that same energy to him, because, you never know how he gonna blow up, and that's where she at now. Joyner Lucas and put her on blast. What you call Jason Lee? He did a circle back and was like, I told y'all.
He went in.
Well, Jesse, what's that? Jesse people? Yeah. And I'm sure it's probably other people probably that's on a lower level that probably has dealt with her, but it's unfortunate, man. I hate to see it. Like, I hate to see, because she is a sister, and I don't know her. I don't know enough about her to be like, she's some evil lady. But we got to do better with our business, man. I don't know why we can't. Like, it's just, obviously it's not everybody. Like, but and when it comes to supporting and having our stuff together, like it's just this kind of stuff like this. I just hate to hear it. You know what I'm saying? I just hate to hear it. Yeah.
Me too. And then, well, for our listeners who don't know who Karen Civil is a social media and digital media marketing specialist.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she got her real big attention when she created the website for Weezy. And the website was
when he was in jail,
When he was in jail, and he was able for him to thank all his fans via the web. So that's when everybody in the industry was like, damn, she got something. She know how to do this digital media thing. So she had been doing that for a while. Like, people have been using her, from people we know about, people we don't know about. But she's been around. And the thing is, she's young. She's only like 34, I think.
Yeah.
She's young. Yeah. So when I heard the camera interview on, I think it was Drink Champs, and I think Nori brought it up about Karen Civil. Again, Cam was like, fuck it, I'll talk about it. And he talked about what she did, and he brought up that, something was wrong with her math. That's kind of how he said it. Or, she was taking money and she wasn't supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
So Nori petty. He was like, you just called her a thief, like, so. But at the time, I was like, damn, it's the second time Cameron then brought her up. So then I'm thinking, like, whatever, ain't nobody else mentioning it. How maybe they just didn't get along and didn't work business wise.
Right.
So over this weekend, when all that hit the fan, and the way Joyner Lucas described what happened with him.
Oh yeah, he went
like,
ham.
Wow.
Yeah, he went ham. Yeah.
And I don't know. She might recover from this. Who knows? I don't know. She might recover, but I know at some point somebody's gonna want to interview her. She's gonna have to.
She's been on some stuff, bro. She's been on a few, I think, little interviews, but like you said, she probably could recover, or it may be a situation where she may not get no new bigger clients, but the ones that she's working for, that I guess who her business has worked for them, like the Nickies of the world, as long as they still paying her, she good. If she keeping them relevant and coming up with new things in the social media and the marketing world, then if she can keep one big person on her roster, then she would be able to recover, you know what I'm saying, or at least stay afloat. You know what I'm saying? I don't think she'll be totally banished, because there may be some people that do have success stories, but then those ones, because the ones that are complaining about the money, they ain't the ones that's on that high level. So it may not even get to their voice, may not even matter to some people. So, but it's still it matters to me, just off of just I don't know, just to having just your own merit and just respect, like you just I hate that we just do each other dirty like that. That's all.
I know. And And the thing is, she was so. I mean, you know, she was well respected. Like everybody in this business, and especially in the music business, had always had a consultation with Karen Silver, or she was able to put them in a room with whoever they need to be in the room with. So I don't know. I just like I posted on Facebook. She had a weekend that she ain't gonna never forget.
No,
never.
she gonna have to use her own marketing to get up out of this.
She gonna have to. She gonna have to, because Jordan Lucas, Cameron, then Jason Lee, and Jason Lee went in because Karen Silver actually admitted to
he took his site down.
To paying somebody to hack his site, hack his Instagram too.
A kid too.
A kid.
Yeah, a kid at that. Yeah.
I'm like, what is she doing? Like, what's going on? Like,
that was some desperate stuff. And Jason Lee, I watched his interview. He was saying like he wasn't even mad at her because of, you know, if she felt like she didn't like his story and she wanted the story to go down. He was saying, okay, go through if you think my story is wrong and it's disrespectful or whatever, go through the right legal or representation and do it. He said, because he said I'll do it, you know, if it was me, but I'm gonna do it the right way. He was like, well, she went about it the wrong way, and you know, it's that was the problem. Yeah.
Well, she gonna have a lot of time to think about this because her I'm sure she got a PR team. I'm sure she got lawyers. So you already know, you know.
Oh yeah, she got money, so she gonna be all right. Like I said, she already been on some stuff, and you know, but if she apologized, everybody's got to do apology. She got to go in there and cry a little bit, and you know, but you know, I say that, but then like how it is for Black women, we don't get them same passes, so you know, we don't know how it's gonna look like for her because people don't believe our tears for whatever reason, but that's a whole nother podcast. That's a whole nother that's a subject too. I'm gonna keep that. People don't believe our tears. that's gonna be a show about Black women and how, you know, people don't listen to our pain. So
they don't believe the Black woman.
Yeah, they ain't gonna believe it. She may not get as much sympathy as somebody else would, but I hope she recover on the sense that, you know, I like to see boss sisters doing their business, but I don't like to hear about dirty stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because
that's dirty.
That ain't cool. That ain't cool.
I don't like to hear that either because that is dirty. That's dirty, man. That's bad business. And then, you know, it's a sister. You know, I just
and you doing it to your people. Like, come on, man. We gotta do better. We gotta do better.
We already deal with the crab in the barrel mentality.
Yeah.
You know, you already know about that. So now this.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's unfortunate. You know, but the Twitter was just off the chain. You know how Black Twitter be.
Oh yeah, I love Black Twitter. When something happened, that'd be my first go-to. I go to Twitter and see what the Black Twitter saying, because first of all, Black people, one thing we gonna do, we gonna make a joke about it, okay? Even if it be something dead ass serious, but we gonna make it funny. We gonna make it funny.
Like, for example, real quick, Aretha Franklin's funeral. I mean, people was making jokes about that, and I admit, I made a little joke because I was like, the funeral is as long as Aretha's titties. Now I know it's wrong. I know it's wrong, but it was funny because that was a long funeral. That was a long funeral. But everybody was making jokes about it.
I ain't never, you know, church that we grew up from, we had some long funerals. I don't think we ever had nothing that even come close to Aretha long. Like that was some
nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah. That was some. That was some. I don't know. I was like, she gonna be back alive by the time this damn thing over.
What people were doing? They did their 8-hour shift at work. Damn funeral.
I was one of them.
See what I'm saying?
I was one of them. I was like, when I got on work, when it started, when I got off, that thing was still going. I could not believe it. I could not believe it.
I'm telling you, like you said, Black Twitter, it's never like, oh, too soon. It's just somebody gonna make a joke. Somebody gonna make a joke,
it's gonna spiral after that.
it just keeps spiraling, man.
Yeah.
But you know, Twitter's fun, man. Like Twitter's fun. I enjoy Twitter for what it is.
Me too.
Because I like to see like the different things on there. the celebrity. I like to see what they tweet sometimes. So
Mm-hmm.
Twitter's fun. Yeah, I mess with it. Twitter,
Yeah.
hey, actually, just to get into our next topic, Twitter is where I saw those pictures of those Haitian people and the damn border patrol policeman on a horse. When I saw the picture, because when I saw the picture, I saw the dude. It looked like he had a whip in his hand, and then he was swinging down like this. He was on a horse. I'm like, this is not real. I'm like, this some bull. This Twitter tripping. Then when I kept seeing like people talk about it, like prominent people, and then news cycles talk about it, I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah. It's not, but you know what? It is disturbing as that was, bro. And as I could say shocking that it may have been, it really wasn't shocking because this is the America that we know, right? These ain't new images of white people in a position of power abusing it in a way to just to cause harm to Black people. This ain't new. This is America. It's just America always reminds us, at some point when we think we've come and we've passed this, it always rears its ugly head because there's a segment of this country that believe that Black people were brought here and are still here for their entertainment, for them to rule over us, and for them to, for us to be lower class citizens. And even though these people are Haitian, the Haitian people, I just hope and I encourage our listeners that, we can't believe everything that the media put out there. They'll have you to believe this is a demonic country that's cursed, and that's why they're so poor. And they say stuff like that this was like the first, free country of a slave revolt. Like they ain't just beat the French, they beat the Spanish, they beat the European, the British that was there. They fought like a long battle. It went down. And and people forget too, like the Haitians, these are people that was, they wasn't so far removed from the generations of coming over there from Africa. So they still had they were still like warriors, like, them people that a group of them that came over here, they were still military minded. And so they like, we're not going. We're not going. Like, and it just goes to show you too, just to kind of like to stay on it, but to just to kind of switch gears a little bit, not switch gears, but just to add to it. It just goes to show you when we work together, what we can do. This was a group of Africans. They was from different parts of Africa. They all speak the same language. They come into a different country, bro, but they figured out how we going to, on this day at 12 o'clock, we gonna burn this mother down. You hear me? And they did. You know what I'm saying? And they did. And they regained, and they've been, they were punished for being free, basically. They were owing money so friends can say, well, we won't come back and bother y'all if y'all pay us, some money, and y'all pay us what's equivalent to billions of dollars. So they was in debt just to kick them off their back so they can remain free. And just, it's a lot of stuff with the history of where they are now with some bad decisions of leadership. But in the end of the day, I love Haiti. I love the Haitians just because of what they represent. And I feel like their story is not put out there enough, especially the Black people, because we'll want to believe that, oh, that's voodoo, and they we shouldn't, we want to believe that stuff instead of believing that the true demonic people was the people that got them captive. Those are the demons, but we don't have that narrative, and it pisses me off, but when I saw those images, it really did, it just upset me, because it shouldn't upset me, because like I said, it's not a surprise because this is America, but it's just unfortunate that it has to be that way, because we can make up a deal to bring Afghans over here and with no problem, you know what I'm saying? We can, it's similar. I hated how they did the people on the Mexicans on the border, separating these people from their family. Like, that reminded me of some slave stuff, but it just shows you just how, certain people in power, and, I never was a Joe Biden fan, and I'm not saying it's all his fault. He's the president. He's just the face of the country. He don't make the rules, you know what I'm saying? So I understand that, but he is the face of the administration. This don't look good. This don't look good at all. You know what I'm saying?
It looks bad.
He wasn't the person that I wanted on the ticket, but he here. So at this point, you know, this situation don't look no better than something that Trump did. You know what I'm saying? So it's just messed up, bro. It's just messed up. And I hope that people, you know, would do their own research and read their own books, you know, and watch documentaries and get another perspective of what the media try to tell you, because they're trying to make it seem like these people that been over here for a long ass time. They ain't just get here yesterday. And these people have food in their hand. What the heck you using a whip for somebody with food in their hand? They come in to get food to their family, and you think it's necessary for you to come? It's just like they got this weird slave, you know, fetish with Black people, and it's just like no. You can get that out your head, bro. This ain't what it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's just I don't know, it ticked me off, because it's just like, I know those people, they not coming, they left a country that was robbed of resources, and that has been in a, you know, a bad state for a while. 2010, when a hurricane, they had the hurricane, the people said Red Cross, I just want to trust the Red Cross, that's another story too, but Red Cross supposedly raised $6 billion plus. Some people ain't getting none of that money. It was, I remember like somebody did like a review of 10 years later, that place looked the same. So where was that money going to? You know what I'm saying? It's just like
somebody's bank account.
Somebody's bank account, and people go over there, act like they're doing something for Haiti and trying to help Black people. No, you not. They want to control the resources, the same how they do everywhere else. They want to control the gold. They want to control the oil. Because if it was so bad, why are you invested in it? Because you know it's got lots of resources. So it could be a rich country like it used to be if the people who are on there who got ownership of things in a wrong way, if they can go away, then maybe Haitians can be okay. But and we know it's gonna always be somebody that's gonna be, you know, at the top, that's always gonna go against the grain, you know what I'm saying, and do whatever to make themselves be in power. You know, that crab in the beer mentality that we talked about, you know, but at the same time, it's just messed up, and I hate it. I just hate to see that it's really that people that just don't have no kind of, you know, humanity in their heart. You know what I'm saying? It's disturbing, man. It's disturbing.
I mean, it's disturbing. And it's sad because those people are basically trying to survive. Like they're literally trying to survive because their country has been decimated of natural disasters. Their natural resources are no longer. Their houses are no longer.
Corrupt
the way of
leadership.
life. The way of life that they once knew is no longer. They're just really, literally trying to survive from day to day. And again, this is why I always believe in optics. I believe optics matter. Those pictures, those images, they was put out here for a reason. For a reason. And granted, do I believe that those Border Patrol people had slavery in the back of their mind and that's why they wanted to put the whips out? No. However, optics though, but the optics of it, what it looks like. Yeah. And somebody who's their supervisor, somebody who's in charge of them, has to take the fall for that, take the blame, and has to let those guys know, like, what the fuck are y'all doing? But y'all cannot do this.
But that's why I said that's the only reason I disagree with is that they may not went to work that day thinking we're gonna make slaves out of these people.
Exactly.
But I think though that superiority rose up in them, and it took them back to those images, bro. It's in their head, just like it's in our head. We saw it, we grew up with it, we always learn about slavery, right? We learn about slavery all the time. We see those movies, we see those images. Like you said, optics matter. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care it's nothing you could do. It's nothing somebody could do if I'm in the position of that and that sits, and this is a human. This is a human being. You could not pay me to crack a whip on somebody. It's talking about I was trying to get the horse. Fam, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. You had, in that moment, you became obsessed with your power and you took it out on somebody holding a bag of food. I'm not, that's a problem with you. And though the supervisors, all the people have to say, you can't do that. That person too has responsibility, but that's, bro, it's just those people that we already know. It's an example of how those cops and certain people in politics that they don't walk around with white hoodies on no more. They politicians, they border patrol, they police officers, they sheriffs, they in those positions, and they still have this urge to assert themselves a certain way, especially over people of color. So
nobody was black. None of those border patrol people were black.
Nope.
None of them.
And they get off on it. And I like I see, they get off on it. And I feel like some of them wait for the chance to do something like that. That's why it's so important to, when they be having these people in this position of power, you gotta vet them a lot better. You know what I'm saying? But that's another story for today.
I mean, but let's take it back. In 2005, Hurricane Katrina, a natural disaster on American soil, American people. What color were they?
Yeah.
Black. Poor black people, middle class black people. You saw how they were being treated?
Yep. By
United States military personnel.
Yep.
If it wasn't for that black colonel telling those soldiers to he said, put your fucking guns down. These people are Americans. They're humans. He told them. If it wasn't for him, who knows what would have happened to those people?
Yep.
They had literally their M16s pointing at these people. And the colonel told them, he was like, they hungry.
Right.
They don't know where to go.
Right.
Put your guns down. Because he knew, he understand. These people, again, they're trying to survive.
Yeah.
Like people out, think about it. Let's just be real for a second. We've never been in a situation where we had to fend for our lives in terms of survival. When survival mode kicks in, you're not thinking about the logic. You're thinking about, I have to survive. I got her. I gotta take care of her. I gotta take care of him. I gotta make sure they eat whatever it is. I gotta go get it. That's survival mode.
Yeah.
In that moment, you're not a criminal to me.
Right. Right.
In that moment, you're trying to survive.
Yeah.
Yesterday, you had a home, a backyard. Today, a big ass storm came through and knocked your entire existence away.
It's
so
different.
What are you supposed to do?
Yeah.
But then,
but you would think the place that you pay taxes, that you would handle you differently. You don't expect the place that's supposed to have things in place for disasters, that they would treat you like you're some kind of refugee. I live here. I remember them acting like these people don't live. I'm like, they live in Louisiana.
They call them refugees on
They are U.S.
TV.
Citizens. They are U.S. citizens, and they was reporting this as if these were people coming over from Haiti, and even then, they were acting like these were people that were actually refugees. And it was the weirdest thing, bro. I just, yeah.
But
man.
what was it driven by? What was it driven by? The media. See, the media is that devil. The media is that devil, because the media will sit on that shoulder and say, you know what? Look at them people over there. They don't deserve to have that. And then the other devil will be on their shoulder, and he'll be like, oh, you know what? Don't worry about them. You keep doing you. That's what the media. That's what they do. They fit the narrative for you.
Yeah.
How they want to
sway your opinion. But that's why too, we have to, to have things that are Black owned in Black media to have our perspective, because nobody gonna give you our perspective. I don't care how many people you put on the team or how many Black people that you film. It's a totally different when it's Black produced, Black directed, Black videotape, Black interview, Black journalist. I'm sorry, Black, blah, 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 Black. I'm sorry to be Black, be back. But for some situations, it's got to be that way, bro, because too many times that narrative gets switched, you know what I'm saying? And I found it hard to believe that a Black person, unless you Larry Elders and Candace Owens, will report that in the way that, you know, some of the other media was doing at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, the media, that's why, you know, it's when I read stuff and I watch stuff on TV, like I'm careful to make sure I'm reading between the lines to see what narrative they're trying to drive to the American people. Because we've seen it.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Because we've seen it. We saw how they did when Donald Trump was president. We saw that narrative. We saw how the media did it with COVID. We saw how the media did it with the war. Like we see it. We see it. We see the narratives that they want to give out to the American people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And just to wrap it up, like I know one thing that I had a professor that he always encouraged us to do was to look at media from outside of, you know, the good thing about having the internet. Let me finish my thought. I've a bad habit of doing that. It's to look at media outside of the United States, right? So the good thing about having Google and having the internet is that we can, in real time, you know, view the same story and get it from a Middle Eastern perspective or get it from an Asian perspective and see how they're reporting. I was talking with my sister earlier today. I often wonder, like, what other countries think about us. And I'm like, I know they think we ghetto. Like America is probably very ghetto compared to, you know, some other places because, you know, we ghetto fabulous, bro. Because America we think we got it all together because we got a little bit. We you know, in general, we got different rules than some of the other dictatorships, but we really still, because of stuff like this, we still got a lot of dirt on our hands, man. I'm like, that's why I'm like, America is ghetto fabulous for real. Like
it is. America has a lot of blood on its hands too.
Oh yeah, probably a lot of it. They got a lot of it. They got a lot of it. So it's I don't know how we could be so quick to try to look at the people in Haiti and say something like, oh, they're a cursed nation. No, we got a lot of stuff on us that we're the cursed nation. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a mess, but
listen, like
it's America.
People can say Haiti is this and Haiti is that, whatever, but listen, America has committed some of the most horrific crimes against a race of people, and it's in history. Nobody made it up. It's facts,
and they're still doing it.
You can go talk to people who still living, who experienced it, and they're still doing it. It's just not as barbaric as it was.
Yeah, and I can't even say that, bro. It's just it's not as barbaric, you know, as we used to seeing, but you know, I still think those people have barbaric mentalities. You know, they just do it differently, like you said. It's just
they do it differently. Like you don't have people going into your homes and taking you away out of your homes and separating you in terms of how it was with slavery. Which again, like I just don't understand how there are some people that feel like we're supposed to get over it.
No.
I just don't. It's people in the media, talking heads, who just say we need to get over it. But they never say that about the Jews.
Right.
They never tell them to get over the Holocaust.
Yep.
But for us, they tell us to get over it.
Yeah.
It happened. You weren't even born. It happened years ago. You can't be mad.
I'm not that. My grandfather didn't own your grandfather. Listen. That's why sometimes when it comes to like, when I go to work, so I go to work and go home. Yep. Like, I don't like to get into work politics. I don't like to get too close to people because you know me. I know how I am. And if I don't stay reserved, they're gonna be like, this sister soldier, she gotta go.
Angry black woman.
She gotta go. Black woman. I need my check. I need my bread. So you know what? I don't have to, you know, hide who I am. It's just that some conversations, I'm like, I don't even get close to people because I'm not gonna have this conversation with y'all because like I said, I need my check until I'm bringing in enough of my own money under my own business to take care of myself. Until then, you know what?
That's why
let me stay over here.
That's why I love Jay-Z. That little lyric he said, "Grandma, they're gonna have to kill me because I ain't quiet no more." Nah, because he got his own empire.
And that, you know, and people have an issue with that too. I can see like both sides. Like people say when it comes to Jay, like I don't have no problem with how him and Beyonce are vocal now, and definitely when it comes to Black stuff, like I love it. You know what I'm saying? I love Black excellence, and I love to see them on display. And but there are a group of people that will believe, rightfully so, that say, you know, that's easy though, bro. When you that far heavy with money, you know, you don't have nothing to lose, so it's easier for you to jump on that bandwagon now. But when you didn't have anything, you know, it's a catch-22. You know, it's, to me, it's just like it's a chess player, and you can look at it just like, you know, once I get to a certain point, I can do that, or you can be like, I'm gonna be with y'all in the struggle. I don't think either is wrong. To me personally, I always
believe it. I believe two things can be true.
Yeah.
And like he said a while ago in an interview, he said, "Hey, I can't help my people if I'm broke."
Right. And I agree with that. That's what I'm saying.
And that's the realest thing I ever heard.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it, Tise. Think about it.
No, I agree. That's what I was saying. I could see both. I could see both sides of the coin. You know what I'm saying? I get it. So I'm not mad at him for how he is now. And, you know, I can see people that be like, well, you got money now, so it's easy to talk. But yeah, because he got money now, it is easy to talk. So, you know, he can talk what he want to talk. And I'm glad that he do. You know what I'm saying? So
somebody got to do it. Because nowadays you need more than talk. You need to use your money to get behind.
Push your resources. Yeah.
Who push buttons.
Yeah. And we know that, I mean, him and Beyonce have done a lot of stuff, especially like, I know recently, you know, Jay-Z has put a lot of money behind certain like projects to show like stuff with police brutality and things of that nature. Like, I know that he's done those type of projects, and I think that's something that he said he wants to do more of. So, you know, again, like I was saying, it's a different story you see, and probably a more unfiltered story once you have Black people from the top to the bottom handling the business. Not that you can't have white allies in the situation. It's just that when you're trying to get the Black story out, you know, to me, it's a common sense. I need a Black person to push that out there. That's just my personal opinion. But
and you know, like the next topic we about to bring up, we talk about the media. Look at the media and how, when it comes to coverage of white missing girls versus Black missing girls. You know, again, there's a segment of people who think, oh, that's a reach, or, you know, you exaggerate. No, it's proven. It's proven.
Yeah.
It's proven. Like, you know, this was it last year or the year before? There was a thing going around where a lot of Black girls were coming up missing, and it was barely being talked about. Barely. Now we have this one white girl who's been missing. It's like the very first story of all the morning shows, the morning news shows that come on every morning about this girl. Now granted, listen, at the end of the day, they're still humans.
Right.
They have families, so everybody want to know where their loved ones at. But in terms of how race plays a part in media coverage, we see it.
Yeah, we see it, bro. And it's just like this is just a regular white girl. She ain't no entertainer. She just a college student, and you would have thought that she was like that. This was Britney Spears that got kidnapped. You know what I'm saying? This was just a regular white girl. So imagine if somebody like Britney Spears got kidnapped, just even how much more coverage it would get. But if a regular no name, until the media put it out there, it's just like, again, you know, back to saying that they don't care about our tears. It's the same. It goes into that same vein, and it ain't just to that same vein. If it was a little white boy, it would be the same thing. But again, we don't control enough of the media to put our narrative out there. And that the young black boy that they just found today, he had been missing since August. And so to me, to me, it's just like, it's that coverage only started coming out this week because of people complaining about how they was covering the Gabby story and compared to how many black kids that are still missing, or black people that are still missing, that get zero coverage. And so, that's why his story got there. But to me, if we take that same energy when our kids first start become missing and put those resources behind them, then you could find him a lot faster. This girl she ain't been missing for that long, and they found her body and know where the guy at because they've allocated so much time and attention to resources. That. If we got that same time attention, then so many of our cases wouldn't go unsolved. You know what I'm saying? If in the beginning, when I call and say, hey, my son is missing, and you take it seriously, you take it to the media and you put it out there, then maybe we can find him quicker. He may still be dead, but at least we can find a person who did it a lot quicker. You wait 5 years trying to go investigate, the evidence is gone. It's gone.
It is gone. It's gone. And the media does it. I mean, it's always been like that. It's always been. It's like that with domestic violence cases. Like that was the white football player who beat up his girlfriend last year.
Bro, you barely heard about that.
You barely heard about it. And ESPN, it took them 2 days to even talk about it. But if it was, and again, wrong is wrong, right is right.
Absolutely.
When Ray Rice beat the hell out of his wife.
Bro, they dragged that story so long.
Yeah, they
dragged that story so long again, they got an obsession with trying to paint black people a certain way. When we in our greatness, they don't really, unless you sing and dancing for them, they don't want to highlight that. You know what I'm saying? Or winning a Super Bowl for them, it's okay. But when you do something wrong, they try to drag it out as long as possible. But the same situation, if not worse situation, happened, and it was just glossed over.
Over. It's countless times. Ben Roethlisberger. That's why I call him Bathroom Ben, because that shit he did, they talked about that for a little bit. And after that, you never heard about it no more. You never heard about it no more. But what they do to Antonio Brown, every time he plays a game, somebody want to bring up his past, and I get it. Yeah, he brought it on himself, but so did Ben Roethlisberger too.
Sure,
but they don't bring up his transgressions.
Yeah,
they don't bring that up.
Yep.
But again, that's the media. And listen, I always believe in accountability. But I believe accountability should go for everybody.
The people that's reporting?
For everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, yeah, I totally agree, bro. I totally agree. It's again, the media puts stuff out there to sway in opinions. And this is why you have, people, certain segments of the country that look at black men in fear, because if all week long, the top story is seeing Ray Rice, in altercation with his wife or his girl, whatever. Then they're in their mind, they're gonna automatically paint this picture. And we're the only ones that they do that to. It can. Everybody else can get has the privilege of their transgressions being their transgressions. It does not speak for the community as a whole. But for us, it's just like. One black man, all black men angry, all black women have attitude. Well, technically, all of us should have an attitude, but all of us don't have an attitude. But if all of us did have an attitude, it's allowed. We should be allowed to have that because of what happened. Because of this messed up country. But I'm gonna get off my soapbox because I'll get my pressure up.
But this whole with the missing girl Gabby, like, it's unfortunate because I'm sure her family is going through it. I hope that boy rot in hell. I hope he needs to rot in jail or whatever he at. Like, I don't like hearing stuff like that, no matter what race the person is. I don't either because I got daughters, I don't
Right.
like. I don't want to hear about my daughter missing and then I'm not knowing I can't do nothing about it. So I'm saying I don't. I want them. I want that man to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. You know what I mean? But again, black girls have come up missing in this country all the time, and there's little to no coverage about any of them.
Yeah.
In Chicago, there was a time in Chicago, maybe 2 years ago or whatever, it was recently, where there was this abduction of black girls, and there was no coverage about it.
Yep.
I think even old girl who does The Shy, what's her name? Lena Waithe.
Mm-hmm.
She kind of like put that in her storyline one season about abduction of black girls and how there's little to no coverage.
Yeah.
You know?
And we need more stuff like that. Like we need those who do have a voice, have a bigger voice to put those messages out there, because like you said, we don't get the coverage that we need, and it's girls that's missing that may be able to get found, a lot quicker if the resources were allocated and people take it serious. Like black girls, like we, even if I don't necessarily had to deal with some things that I know a lot of black girls had to deal with. To me, it still affects me because I look at it like that's my sister. You know what I'm saying? She ain't my sister by blood.
Yeah.
I'm a black woman and I can relate. And so her path may have been different from mine, but she still deserves the same grace. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they still deserve the same, concern as anybody else. It don't matter, what happened or what you think their background is, or because she came from Inglewood or because she came from Garfield Park. That's irrelevant to the fact that this is a woman that's missing. But again, they don't look at us with care. Because black women and black people in general, black men as well, have had to be strong all our lives. Like you grow up knowing that we can't be weak. You don't have time to be weak because you have to fight so many forces. And because of that, I feel like it's a disadvantage to us. Like we talked about a couple weeks ago with the mental health. It's a disadvantage to us because we don't get to release the way we should. And people don't have that same kind of concern and care for us because they think that we always, trumped up, or that, stuff don't matter to us. And it's not like that. It does,
Not at all. As a man, sometimes when I look at this stuff that's going on and I used to be one of them people that used to be like, and I think I told you this, like, I don't know why women always feel like black men not protecting them because they always talk about the black man. And I used to be like, why? Like why are you saying that about one guy and then for every black man? But again, the more you stay on social media, the more you see how some dudes talk, it's like, damn, man, y'all really messed up. Like y'all really messed up. Like these women out here, like, are really been traumatized. And again, and the stuff that they've been dealing with has come from a man. And it may not even be a black man. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those, I know that's a whole nother topic, but
right.
The young man was found, his body was found today. Part of me in the back of my mind, I knew they was gonna find him dead.
Yeah.
But but did you notice that there's another story of another missing black young man? Is in Atlanta somewhere. He been missing for a while.
Wow.
Little to no coverage about it.
I don't think I've seen that one yet.
I saw it on CNN today. And it's just like, and that's what they were talking about on CNN, is like, where's the coverage? Where's the coverage?
Yeah.
And the one correspondent was like, in this time like this, I hate to compare both stories because they're both tragic, but she was saying like, but where's the coverage for the African American people who have missing loved ones, who can't get the same media coverage or the same reaction from law authorities, stuff like that. I mean, they're not making it up.
Right. Absolutely. And like you said, there's some people that say, oh, they do cover it. No, they don't. They don't cover it in the same vein as they do a white child missing or a white woman missing. That goes back to all the way back to slavery days when a white woman said, "Oh, he raped me. It was a nigga."
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
Mm-hmm.
it goes way back to then, and how the media and how people cater to that group of people. And again, that's not speaking for all white women. That's just saying in general, you know what I'm saying, how they treat it, you know what I'm saying? Like it's they just treat them differently, and that's obvious. And people, we're not going to get better by having a blind eye to those people that say, well, that's the media just kind of, you know, sway our attention and you know, sway our thinking. No, all of that is not just them swaying. This is just obvious that there is not a concern for Black women and Black kids and Black men when they come up missing, as it should. That's just point blank and period, you know.
That's the honest to God truth. And
Yeah.
and again, I don't know if it ever will change. I don't know. If it
I
does
don't
change,
think so.
we might not even be here to see it. But right now, this is the world we live in.
Yeah.
And some of that stuff is irresponsible that the media puts out.
It's very irresponsible, bro. But I think as the country gets more diverse, and as the people that are the dominant group in the larger group of America, as long as they're as long as that group is still the dominant group,
Mm-hmm.
and just from history, it's probably going to be like that as far as you know. But I think as the country becomes more diverse, more colorful, and we get more people in higher places that are different color and races, then maybe we'll start seeing some changes, you know. Because again, it ain't even just Black kids. We Black, so we could talk about Black people, but how many Hispanic kids missing? You know, how many of them, you know what I'm saying, that don't get no coverage either. So, you know, it's just messed up.
And it is messed up. And, you know, I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna change. I don't know if I'm ever gonna see it change. But all I can do is educate my kids and just let them know this is really the real world.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're gonna encounter some people who think y'all cool, who y'all friends, whatever, but at the end of the day, they will not ever, ever, ever have the same experiences with certain people like you will. They just won't, because of the color of their skin. They just won't. That's just how it is.
This
is how it is.
Big facts, bro.
And you know, but let's lighten it up here. Let's talk about this music.
Oh yeah.
First of all, let's just Rhianna coming out with a new album, or is she about to have a baby? Which one is it?
You know what? She said she ain't having no baby, but we know how that go though. The people be just, so she could be keeping it under wraps until she actually, you know. I want to see her pregnant. You know, for some reason it's weird. I'm like everybody else. I want to see her pregnant, but I did see an interview with her talking about she is making some new music, but she did say, she made it clear that, you know, it's not gonna be what you used to from her. It's gonna be some different. And she said she's exploring, trying new things. So I think she ain't put out no new stuff in so long that probably whatever she put out, people will eat it up. You know what I'm saying?
They gonna eat it up. They gonna eat it up.
Yeah, because they just thirsty for her to put out something. So yeah.
I want to hear something from Rhianna, because I would love to see what she got to talk about. You know,
as a more mature woman, as a woman that's a billionaire. Yeah.
She's another woman now. She's a billionaire and she make moves. She tell you off the door if she gonna mess with you or not. You know, she be on it. She say her stuff. She say her stuff too.
Oh yeah.
But I just love her because I think she got that special stuff.
Oh Lord, that's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. I already know what stuff you talk about. That's irrelevant.
Hey, I just think she got that special stuff.
She might have some. Now she might have some voodoo down there.
Man, you see how A$AP Rocky be looking?
Crazy.
You see how A$AP Rocky be looking at? You see all his teeth now. That boy, he don't stop smiling, boy. Woo.
Yeah. He look like he ain't letting that one go.
That's that special sauce.
She got that special sauce. You got that
special sauce. She got that. Look, my joke is, if she had two dudes in the club throwing bottles at each other,
yeah,
hey
man.
hey man, that's that special sauce, man.
She got that special sauce.
Boy.
That's hilarious.
Man, that's that special sauce. That's gonna be the name of this show. Name of this episode gonna be like, she got that special sauce.
I'm not finna do with you, bro. I'm definitely not gonna do this with you.
But hey, if she come out with music, I want to hear it. I
Me
think
too.
she's very
I'm
talented.
ready for it. I'm ready.
I like her music.
Yeah.
I've always liked her music, so
yeah.
I want to see what she got going on. Yeah, me too. I've always liked her.
Yeah.
The Fugees tour.
So they come to here November.
November.
So you going? Are you trying to go?
Listen. I was a Fugees fan in high school when they dropped.
Mm-hmm.
I love the score.
Yeah.
I thought it was cold. But like, I just hope that Lauryn Hill shows up.
I hope she show up. I hope the whole group. I would be surprised. I would honestly be surprised if they complete all their tour dates. I would be surprised.
That'll be amazing.
But you know what? I guess that answers my own question. I was thinking I was going to say, like, I wonder what made them get together now, but I guess it's an anniversary. So, and it's like a milestone one. So I guess that's kind of, because Lauryn ain't really been, I mean, she's been popping up more now, you know, as far as being people's songs and stuff. So I guess maybe now that her kids are all kind of grown, maybe that's why she feel like she can kind of get out there more, because she went out the grid for a long time. So, you know.
Yeah, for a long time.
And then when she started coming back on, she be on that, you know, my energy didn't tell me to come out yet. Ma'am, your energy better tell you to get your, you know, on the stage when I pay for what I paid for. Okay?
Man, people pay tickets to see you, man.
Yeah.
Forget all that energy stuff. Just come out there and sing your songs.
Okay? Exactly. Get your energy together. If you need half your energy, you need to include that or give me half a discount, because my energy low right now, to be honest. Waiting for you for 5 hours.
Amen.
Yeah.
Straight up.
So that's why I'm like, I don't know that I will go see it, but I did. I like the score too growing up, and it just kind of reminds us of our childhood. So I'm interested in it.
Yep.
I'm interested in it. I'm like, dang, the Fugees, that's 25. I'm like, I was in high school during that time. It just remind me how old I was, bro. I was like, I'm old.
Right, 25 years ago. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I used to love that album. We used to be listening. We on the bus listening to that album, and then we talk about it after school. I loved it. The score was dope.
Yeah, I think that was a time where, you know, when they was like semi I don't call them woke, but you know, they weren't the gangster rappers, you know what I'm saying, that was hot then. So it was a different kind of sound for our age group. So, you know, it was good though. You know, Wyclef, he's a really good producer. So, you know, I wonder too though, with them doing the score, but doing a reunion, I wonder how they've been working on new music as a group. I wonder if that's something that's gonna come out like after the tour. Like that would be interesting, because I feel like not enough of our older artists, they don't keep the music going, and maybe that's our fault because we don't, you know, consume it like the younger kids. But I would like to see like more of our artists that we grew up with keep putting music out there, if you know, just to give us what we listen to, because I can only listen to, you know, what's his name? Moneybagg Yo.
Moneybagg Yo, yeah.
Yeah, I can only listen to them so long. You know, I'm an old lady, so give me some Lauryn Hill. I can listen to that because I do like the ratchetness. Let me just be clear, but it's only so much that I could take where it's like, okay, I need something that's in my age bracket and in my brain wave. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So.
No, I completely understand.
Yeah.
I would go. I know I'm gonna tell my wife, let's go if they come, and because I would love to see the Fugees, just to be in the place to sing those songs and take me back to when I was just a little 15-year-old.
Yeah.
Just like the Wu coming back here in October. We saw them like 3 years ago. Here? Because I mean, that's the childhood. Like that's like it's you know how it is, Tise. It's different when you see your favorite group and you live. You know every song.
Yeah.
Like you know every song. Like you lose your voice.
Yeah.
That's that nostalgia feeling.
Yeah.
So that's how I probably would be with the Fugees and
I
and
think
like,
everybody would. I think they ain't gonna have no problem selling out. To be honest,
no,
I
they
think
gonna
all
have no problem.
they dates will probably be pretty full. So I mean, I'm happy to see it, and I'm glad to see they got past the differences to get together to celebrate the album. So it should be good.
Hey, they put their differences aside so they can get that bag.
Oh yeah, that's the end of the day. Go get that money. I ain't mad at them.
Get that bag. There's money on the tour. Everybody know that.
That's what people say on tour. People stay on tour because the money there
is different.
Yeah,
Their money is always there.
Yeah.
So and this whole Diddy and JD thing. I'm just gonna say this. I don't believe it's gonna happen.
Why you don't believe that?
Because for Diddy, what's in it for him? And the only way it will happen, they're gonna have to pay them
what's
some
in it
money.
For JD though? What's in it for JD?
I get why JD want to do it because I think JD don't feel like he get the flowers.
Yeah,
he don't get the flowers.
He don't.
Which to me is bullshit because JD is in the Songwriters Hall of Fame.
He is, but bro, when you say he'll get the flowers, I agree with him because people that's like Diddy even tried to say like the reason how he even started off like Diddy tried to. I feel like Diddy tried to come at JD and say like you can't sit like you don't have enough hits for me. So as JD as a hit maker, I can see why he want to do it. Like I don't think you understand what I got. JD went on record and said it's only about 4 hip hop people that's in the Songwriters Hall of Fame, and he ain't in it. And he said it's some people that can't even sit at that table. So I feel like wow, Diddy produced a lot of people, and he got a lot of hits in that vein. He kind of put some respect on JD now. Like don't act like he can't he ain't got no hits. I mean, I just posted the other day like and I don't know when the last time Diddy put out some new music or he produced something new, but JD's still in there, bro. He's still with the his little same Atlanta crew. Him, by what's his name? Brian Cox, Jonte Austin, Dallas Austin. They still tight. They still producing. They just did our Linux do song. Pressure. That shit is hot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
it's dope.
He's still remaining relevant. He may not be out there all in the video as Suge say, but JD still writing, JD still producing, and I would like to see it based upon 20 songs from each of them. That's gonna be a juggernaut. As you say, pause. But that's gonna be a heavyweight championship thing because they both got well over 20 hits. But to make them condense it down to 20 songs head to head, man, that I will stay up as long as I need to watch that.
I think this is what I think. I think when it comes down to the rap bag, the rap songs, Diddy got them.
Okay.
I think Diddy will get them.
I can go with that.
When it goes to the R&B joints,
yeah,
I think JD can get them.
Oh, I'm sure he can, bro. He can go in this Usher bag. He can go in his Janet bag. He can go in his Mariah bag. He can go in his Escape. He can go on and
Jagged
on.
Edge.
Jagged Edge.
He can go into a lot. I think he can go into a lot. That's why I say if they probably won't break it up. But like I was just thinking, like R&B, I think JD can get them.
Yeah.
And the reason being is because again, JD produced a lot of songs.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we know Puffy executive produced. He produced some stuff, but not a lot of R&B stuff.
Right. He did a lot of R&B stuff, but I don't think his R&B, credits are as heavy as JD.
Not like JD. I don't think it's like JD. I don't think it's like JD. And it's funny because the argument on Twitter was if they do this versus, it has to be rules with these two.
Yeah.
You gotta have rules. Like you gotta have it where, all right, did Diddy touch this song? Or did Diddy just get credit for it because he was there and he just added
right.
take that.
Right. But it's like, but how would you even know though?
I know, but that's what they were saying. Like, for example, Real Love. He didn't write that. He didn't touch that.
Right.
If you go on Wikipedia, it'll say he did. But if you go on Tidal, he didn't touch that.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So I mean, that's why they was on Twitter saying there's got to be rules to this versus. I think if they do this versus, it'll be dope.
It would be.
It'll be dope.
It'll probably be. Do you think it'll be the biggest one that we've had so far?
I think it'll kill Jeezy and Gucci. I think it'll kill it. I think it'll kill it.
And I think because both of them got crossover crowds too, so I think it'll do way more numbers than anybody. And I'm gonna put you on the spot, bro. Put you on the spot.
Yeah.
And we ain't gotta do this now, but okay, so which one you want? You gotta be JD. We're gonna do our own verses. So you gonna be JD or you gonna be Diddy? Which one you got? I could be either one.
Give me JD.
Okay, you go. That's cheap. I was gonna do him. Okay, so you gonna be JD. I got Diddy. So we gonna do 5 a head-to-head, 5 of
5 R&B, 5 rap. That's what we're gonna do. All right,
5 R&B, 5 rap. Okay, so the next episode we gonna do that. We're gonna do that.
That's fine. All right,
and then we're gonna have the people choose, and we know what we're gonna do. We're gonna have the people choose like a blind tester where I'm just put the songs out there and list 1 and list 2, and we'll see who get the who get the most votes.
Bet that'll work. I'm with that. That should be fun.
All right. We're gonna do that next episode.
We can do that. Next episode.
All right. Okay.
But hey, before we wrap it up, this weekend, I want to let the people know it's gonna be a big weekend for me.
Yeah.
We were renewing our wedding vows 16 years. Our actual anniversary is tomorrow. 16 years. The actual anniversary is tomorrow.
That's a P16. That's a long time, bro.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
But it should be a lot of fun. You know, I'm going to be drunk.
I'm already knowing it.
So listeners, when we come back next week, I'm sure Letice is gonna have something to say about
I'm gonna have some stories and some pictures to show y'all.
But it's gonna be a good time next coming up on Saturday. But we're excited about it. So
my cat is back. So yeah, this is gonna be fun. I can't wait to celebrate with y'all on Saturday. Like you said, it's gonna be some. I was at the first one, so many people can say that I was at the first one. So
that's true.
It's gonna be dope to see y'all renew again. So I'm happy for y'all. Especially young Black love, we in this generation of savages and nobody want to show love. So straight up, nobody want to show love, nobody want to be married, and it's a different ball game. So it's good to see young couples still in the game. So
yeah, and we getting old too, because we getting old. So
yeah.
But hey, this has been another good show. Next week, y'all.
Yeah.
Next week we back at it. And y'all, we got guests coming. Just hold on. We got more guests coming. Don't forget, we making it happen. We got a schedule. So
yeah.
I appreciate everybody for rocking with us. Shout out to my uncle who listened to the show last week. He enjoyed it. So shout out to him.
I got some shout outs. I do. I want to give a shout out to my auntie. A couple of my aunties always listen to the show. They always comment. So I appreciate them. My sister, she my biggest cheerleader. So she always tweeting. She always reposting our episodes, and I appreciate that. So I appreciate everybody that's been listening and give us feedback. Like you said, we hope y'all continue to listen, but not just listen, but we need y'all to like. We need y'all to comment, and we need to subscribe. So it helps us to do what we're trying to do, to open up more features, on these platforms when we get our subscribers up. So just make sure that you're just not on YouTube listening, that you're actually on there, subscribing to. And so we're gonna put that information on everything. You're gonna see us over
everything.
So.
Everything. And last shout out to my brothers from the Reasonable English Podcast. They listen every week. They love the show.
Appreciate y'all.
They want their invite individually to come on the show. So
one by one.
One by one.
Oh,
they said they don't want to do it all together. They just want an individual invite. 1 week, one person to come on so they can enjoy this podcast. Crazy. I told them I'm with it too.
I'm with it. Y'all crazy. So y'all crack me up. So I'm with it. Well, we gotta do though. Like I can't be on the show with all guys. Like I'm gonna have to bring some female reinforcement in here at some point.
We definitely gonna have it
on
there. And I told them, and we're gonna have a big show. Where we're gonna be a real big show where all 4 of them gonna be on there with us, and we're gonna have a ball. And we're gonna talk about everything.
I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that.
I can't wait. I cannot wait.
Yeah, so, that's gonna be dope.
Yep. All right, then. Next week we back at it, Tise.
Next week, we'll see y'all then.
All right, peace.